Hey, this is Christine. My Grey's Anatomy video is coming up here. It is February 4th, 2025, and I have made it to season 8, episode 9. Like, I've made it to the end of episode 8, so episode 9 of Grey's Anatomy. And there's still so much to talk about. Like, I don't even know where to begin. So, Lexi and Jackson are well and truly done now. Like, thank God. We are just watching them try to work around Mark, and by the end of it, it was both of them working around Mark. It was very weird, but it was also really sweet because when Jackson finally decides he's done with this like Lexi thing, and he's just like, I value my career too much to let it get stalled out by dating somebody who dated my mentor. At this point, I have to choose my mentor, and Lexi's basically looking at him like, this is ending because you picked Mark. It's not even me that picked Mark. It's you that picked Mark. What? And Jackson's like, you can't even tell me that I'm wrong because you picked Mark too. And I was like, it was really funny. And I was just like, okay, like, all right, Jackson, like, good for you. Like, you're making the choices that I wish some of these women would make where they value their careers over the day. Like value your career over the day. Derek is still the worst. I hate Derek. I cannot stand Derek at all. He's like the worst, literally the worst man alive. And this is something that I feel like I need to discuss with y'all because season 8 Owen is actually not that bad. Like once we get past like that icky thing with Christina and like she goes to the doctor, she does what she needs to do and Owen supports her through it. They're not really talking right now. They're banging or whatever, and like when he's dealing with Christina, he's not great. I'm just like I really wish that they would talk to each other. He's miles above Derek and like literally everything else cuz like Derek is basically doing this thing where like he's like withholding like basically everything from Meredith, and I'm just like, I don't understand why we're sitting here and condemning Owen for what I believe could be redeemable things, but then Derek, he just gets to slide on by. Like, what is this? What is everybody's threat assessment? So like the thing with Owen is that now that he's like chief of surgery, he's actually a very good chief of surgery. I'm not upset about him being chief of surgery at all. Like, it's actually not. Like the hospital is not burning to the ground. He's a way better chief of surgery than Derek ever was. I'm not really sure what to do about him because like I think it's a thing where like he's great with everybody else except for Christina, which is why I want him to leave Christina. It is a miracle to me. Like, what's the opposite of a miracle? It's the opposite of a miracle to me that they're still together. Callie and Arizona, they are basically they're co-parenting with Mark, and I really like Mark when he is co-parenting. Like him with Lexi really bothers me, but him with Callie and Arizona, like absolutely, like give me more of that like found family stuff. He's dating like an eye doctor from another hospital, and Lexi threw a baseball at her, which is partially why Jackson broke up with her. At the end of the day, Mark is being a really good dad to their daughter, all three of them, Sophia. And Arizona, she's really struggling with the fact that she doesn't have any like parental rights in this situation. She's just Callie's wife. So in the situation where something would happen to Callie or Mark, nobody would know what would happen to Sophia because Arizona doesn't have any rights. And this all comes to a head because of like some case. And then Arizona comes home and she's just like, I need that piece of paper. I need that piece of paper saying that Sophia is also mine, which is a huge, huge thing for her because she was always like, I don't want kids. I don't want kids. This is not something, this is a lot of drama. And now she's just like, I want to make sure that if something happens to you and Mark, that our child is taken care of. And I was like, good on you, Arizona. Like, you guys still need therapy. You guys still need therapy, but I'm not mad at y'all anymore. I'm not mad at you anymore. April. April is doing very well for herself. She's taken like every challenge like as she can get it, which is I think what you're supposed to do as chief resident. Basically everybody's kind of like giving her advice. And Callie's just like, you need to do like this, and this. And she's like, well, like, were you chief resident? And she's like, yeah, I sucked at it. That's all I know what to do. And I was like, okay, good on you, Callie. You learned from losing chief resident, which is good for you. There's more. There's so much more. They play baseball. They played baseball, and Henry, oh God, Henry is him and Teddy are still doing well, and everything is still copacetic for them in that way. But he's having like some sort of medical problem. Before this, he was helping Owen win their baseball game, like their inter-hospital baseball game, which is silly. But Owen's team and like the Seattle Grace team, they all lose. Teddy's like, I can pitch. So I'm expecting Teddy to be a good pitcher, and then she goes up there and she's just awful. And she's like, I'm a cool girl. And I'm like, Teddy, stop pick meing. He already picked you. Henry starts following Teddy around. Like, she starts taking him to like see surgeries and stuff. It's kind of like take your husband to work day. And he's like, I actually kind of want to go to medical school because I'm in a situation where I thought I was going to die, and now I'm not going to die. And now I get to choose what I'm going to do with the rest of my life because I have a rest of my life to celebrate. And he's just like, I want to go to medical school. And Teddy's like, are you sure? Because that's a huge commitment. And he's just like, and he's like mad at her about it because like she's not giving him like the support that he is expecting in that moment. And then Teddy comes home, and then she's just like, I'm sorry about that. Like, that sucks. And then she turns around and he's like bleeding from every orifice. And I'm like, oh my God, Henry. And that's basically what I was up to when it comes to their story. At this point, I just want Henry to make it through in one piece. Teddy has been a lot more tolerable now that she's not like panting after Owen anymore. And I feel like if Henry goes, she's just going to be hanging off of Owen, which makes sense because her and Owen, they have a baby together in the future, and I'm just like, I don't want to see them have a baby in the future. Like, oh, I don't want to see that. I'm having trouble thinking of anything else to talk about because I actually got to start Onyx Storm last night, so I'm about a third of the way through the book, and I'm not really sure what to make of it. It is very entertaining and all of that, but it is also like, it's a ride. It's a more tolerable ride than Iron Flame was, though, like by a long shot. Like there's ups and downs and things like that. It's not like just a constant, it's not just constant drama. And like I actually kind of compare in my mind Fourth Wing to Grey's Anatomy a lot because it's just drama, and like this incredible amount of characters that you have to keep track of, and you know everybody's in danger of dying and things like that. So it feels fitting that I'm kind of saying like I'm reading Onyx Storm during this video. But anyway, I'm going to get back to watching Grey's Anatomy and reading Onyx Storm, and I will come back to you with more thoughts. Have a good day.